Get your students back to school with the support they need with Read and Write software for the desktop, Google, or iPad. These proven software solutions help those with reading and writing difficulties, learning disabilities, or English language learners. Read and Write Gold text-to-speech software provides tools for reading, writing, studying, and research for students while they work within the common applications they use every day. Read and Write for Google provides support tools for Google Docs, PDFs, and EPUBs in Chrome on PCs, Macs, and Chromebooks to make Google Apps for Education accessible. And iRead-Write makes reading easier and ensures accurate writing as students use their iPad for school, work, or leisure. Learn how the Read and Write family of products can help your struggling student by visiting www.texthelp.com or call 1-888-248-0652. That's 1-888-248-0652. Get a free trial of Read and Write Gold or Read and Write for Google today. Have students with IEPs take advantage of the Read and Write Gold IEP Special. Welcome to Season 7 of the A.T.TIPSCAST, where we explore and investigate the implementation of assistive technology in public schools. I'm still your host, Chris Bugaj. This is episode 121, recorded on September 10th, 2013. I hope everyone had a safe, fun, and relaxing summer. I managed to get a little relaxation time in, but I also was busy with some assistive technology-related stuff as well. For instance, I wrote an article for the Assistive Technology Industry Association called EnGAMESment. Enjoy!
EnGAMESment. Let's play. Education has shifted away from memorizing facts and toward applying what you know to complete authentic projects. Those who play cooperative and competitive games practice the skills necessary to successfully participate in collaborative project-based activities. As educators head back to school, they are looking for ways to engage students. Games provide an immediate way to snare a student's attention. Whether it's spinning the spinner, rolling the dice, laying a card, or flicking thumbs across a control pad, everyone enjoys playing games. Tabletop games have been a mainstay of education. Almost every teacher has an array of board games useful for targeting individual goals. As digital technologies become more pervasive in the classroom, educators can incorporate computer games to practice skills outlined in individual education programs. Below is a consideration of how specific games and gaming technologies are helping students with different needs learn. Minecraft, both the web version and the Pocket Edition, draw on the idea that everyone has an innate drive to create. In the game's creative mode, players use various building materials coupled with imagination to construct 3D, Lego-style representations of virtually anything. Savvy educators encourage students who have difficulty drafting an essay, making a video, or drawing a sketch to build a model in Minecraft, particularly if this is an interface with which students are already familiar. For example, while learning about the habitats of Native Americans, one way a student might demonstrate his or her knowledge is to construct longhouses in Minecraft. Additional sandbox gaming apps to consider include BlocksWorld HD and Lunacraft. These also offer a way for students to express what they've learned by building a virtual representation. New challenges and unique rewards are embedded in many digital games, which inspire users to set and strive for new and ever-changing goals, not unlike working toward achieving educational goals. The act of completing a level and then progressing to more difficult challenges is what keeps content fresh. Scribblenauts is an example of a game that constantly provides new content while encouraging players to use their real-world knowledge. The user types words to create virtually any item from an incredibly robust dictionary. Using prediction-like technology, the game's database queries the text. Like magic, the requested object appears for use by Maxwell, the on-screen character, to achieve an objective. Students who play Scribblenauts are working on typing, spelling, logical reasoning, and vocabulary skills, and they may not even notice. Technologies like Kinect for Xbox incorporate gestures to control on-screen actions. Research has shown that building in movement throughout the day helps people learn and remember content. Using Avatar Connect, a closed environment where students control a three-dimensional avatar using gestures, students with communication difficulties can practice communicating with others in anonymity. Educators can also be physically present to provide prompts and guidance without appearing as a third party to the communication partner. In Loudoun County Public Schools in Virginia, students in some autism programs have demonstrated increased communication skills, such as providing one another with verbal directions while playing in a cooperative, gesture-based game. One limitation of some gesture-based games, however, is that they may require full body motion to control the on-screen avatar. Another advantage to playing computer games is that they can generate interest in how digital games are created. Games like Scratch and Kodable take advantage of that interest and allow students to explore the fundamentals of coding, a 21st century skill. Scratch is a free web-based platform developed at MIT and allows students to create animations and games by manipulating puzzle-like blocks. Kodable introduces students to following command structures by dragging objects into a correct sequence to move a character through a maze. Both teach logic and reasoning. Often, when a game becomes popular, online discussion forums crop up where players come to discuss their experiences. These communities offer authentic opportunities for students to practice communication, social, and keyboarding skills while learning to become responsible digital citizens. Many games, such as the Lego series, follow a storyline using well-known characters in which the player progresses through a plot. Educators can utilize these types of games to represent content when teaching language arts and narrative concepts. For example, when discussing character traits, types of conflict, and the elements of a story, a teacher can use the Legends of Chima, Laval's Journey, to discuss personality, how the story pits man versus man, and as a relatable representation of a story arc. In some games, playing through content, achieving milestones, and demonstrating competency leads to leveling up a character. Like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, participants earn badges for demonstrating the application of a skill once they've completed a part of the game. The school-based social media site Edmodo incorporates the use of badges for users to record and display their accomplishments, effectively turning the entire experience into a game by challenging users to acquire more rewards. The app DIY provides users with badges for documenting the achievement of real-life goals in categories such as astronomy, athletics, farming, cooking, chemistry, cartography, filmmaking, fashion design, forestry, medicine, music, oceanography, zoology, and more. Students feel a sense of accomplishment when they earn a badge. As with a portfolio, students can review badges to reflect on their body of work. Without question, students are engaged by games. However, accessibility may be limited based on a game's designer or the user controls. Organizations like the Able Gamers Foundation work to provide industry awareness of the need for gaming accessibility. Able Gamers also provides examples and materials for adapting controls to individual users. At the dawn of a new school year, consider leveling up your technology implementation by integrating digital games into your educational toolkit. Harness the inherent power of play to hone in on areas of need. Students will practice necessary life skills while having fun without even realizing it. Game on!
I just have a few quick announcements before wrapping up the first episode of Season 7. First, I'd like to thank my wife, Melissa Bugaj, for recording the article for us. Thank you so much, honey. Second, I'd like to thank Jeanette Van Houten for sharing the TED Talk from TEDx Sonoma with me. This TED Talk was given by Dr. Todd Rose from Project Variability. If you haven't seen this TED Talk, it's well worth your time. His talk is titled The Myth of Average, and it provides an analogy between the design of fighter jet cockpits to the traditional classroom. Dr. Rose talks about the principles of universal design for learning without ever mentioning that term. It was quite impressive. I've included the video on the A.T.TIPSCAST website, A.T.TIPSCAST.com. It's so good, I'm calling it A.T.TIP number 369. I'd also like to thank AutismMate for featuring me as Autism Hero of the Week in early August. It was quite the honor to be interviewed. I've posted a link to the interview over at ATTIPSCAST.com as well. Another organization that I'd like to thank is Semantic Compaction Systems for featuring episode 116, How to Help Say Things, in the MinSpeak newsletter. Thanks for spreading the word about the podcast. I was thrilled to see it featured. Thank you. I wanted to say thanks to the Assistive Technology Industry Association for the opportunity to write the article for the upcoming newsletter. Make your plans for the ATIA conference early this year. I'll be back down there again presenting a digital make and take Digging Deeper with Beth Poss, which is a 2-day pre-conference on January 28th and 29th. And I'll be helping out with the Professional Development Smackdown with Beth Poss, Kirk Benke, Mike Murata, and Diana Carl. That's at 12 p.m. on January 31st. I hope you can join us in Orlando for some fun in the sun. Finally, I'd like to thank TextHelp for their continued support of the A.T.TIPScast. TextHelp has continued their sponsorship into this 7th season of the A.T.TIPScast, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I can't say enough about the Read and Write software as an all-inclusive tool to help any student, let alone students with disabilities. Please check them out and explore what they have to offer over at texthelp.com. Until next time, may all your interventions be inclusive, may all your strategies be supportive, and may the new school year be filled with games.